Hi guys. I'm just now waking up and it's like 11 something and May 3rd is not over, so I was like, yeah, go ahead and get a little video in today. um I had to get up anyway as I gotta wash this makeup off my face. But I was like, let me just say something real quick, okay? Don't give up. Don't give up. This is like a word of encouragement. Do not give up. So I forgot to tell you guys on the last word or something like that um, about the kids and how they were doing star testing. And um, one of the main key details that I forgot to put in that short video was that when we pulled up to the school, um, there was the intercom playing in the school, but you could hear it outside. Maybe there's a speaker outside of the school or something, but you can hear the announcements like all over the school. So when I was my daughter up, dropping my daughter off, I said up. She is going up because she's going up. But yeah, the song that was playing was "Don't Give Up." All right. But anyway, this song was like a girl, like it sounded like a teenage girl, and the lyrics kept on saying, "Don't give up, don't give up," and I can't even remember the rhythm or anything. I just remember the words because she just kept on saying it, "Don't give up, don't give up," something like that. But it just kept on going, and um, that's when I had that revelation that God was saying, the kids, they're testing, you're being tested as well, and do not give up. And it was glaring, like it was booming, like the music was very loud on that intercom. And the fact that when I pulled up, that was the one part that kept on playing, I was like, yeah, God is like screaming at us, like, don't give up. Your angels are screaming at you, don't give up. This is what I meant by God will talk to you using anything, okay? Because I think I referenced was it a camel or a horse somebody was riding in the Bible, and it started talking. But anyway, God used an animal. All right, so God can use anything. I was on my way outside one time, and on the way outside, the TV started answering a prayer that I asked. Literally, the TV, like it was a conversation on TV, and it was answering my prayer that I asked about. I needed clarity on something, and the answer came through the TV in the moment of me walking out the door about to go outside. I just heard it playing in the background. So it's like God will talk to you and send you signs and symbols through everything if you're aware enough to catch it. Some people, they think so logical that any little sign and symbol goes right over their head because they can't make sense of it. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, about how if you didn't catch yesterday's video, it was about how, you can't understand certain people. They'll have an evil motive towards you and you'll feel it. God will give you a sign that that's what's going on, and you won't believe it because there's no actual proof there. But other than God just telling you. And then eventually when you ask God to reveal it to you, it will be revealed. But if he's trying to tell you before something bad happens and it's revealed, then you should just listen. Even if you don't necessarily understand it, you should just listen. That's where obedience is. So anyway, also God doesn't like confusion. So if you feel confused, he'll clear it up if you just pray and ask him what's going on here. Okay. So anyway, about today's video, don't give up. You're being tested. I mentioned that a lot of children will fail that test, but their efforts throughout the whole year will still push them through and it's the same thing with you and me. Some of us will fail tests and we will fail them hard. Okay. Like some of these children, because of COVID, it had messed them up for 2 years. So a lot of them are still failing content. They're failing because they don't understand certain content because of COVID and the years that it set certain students behind. Right. So it's certain things that happen to you that's worse than COVID. Okay. And situations, life be lifing. You know what I mean? So, just like children were set back during COVID, you've been set back during things that happen in your life, and God still sees your efforts. He sees your minimal efforts. He sees that you're trying, and it's not like you're breadcrumbing God. It's just that you're in the beginning stages or middle stages or whatever stage you're at, even if you've been trying to stop doing what you're doing, or whatever it is that you're doing that you're not being obedient to God about, if you've been trying to stop it for a while, then you're not at the beginning stages, but you still put in efforts. And it's not because you're breadcrumbing God. You're not breadcrumbing God. It's just that you're having a hard time. Okay. Because some people have strongholds. Some people have things going on, and it's been going on for years, and they're trying to fight it. And so God isn't weighing down on you, expecting you to forget something or stop doing something within one day. That's why the song was playing, Don't Give Up, because God knows that you're trying. He sees your efforts. He knows that you're trying. And, it's that little voice in your head, that evil one who whispers and says things, in your thoughts that make you think that you're losing, like you're not getting any closer, or like you haven't met, any of the changes that God is expecting of you. But God sees you moving. And, we always want things so fast, but sometimes, when God gives us things, it feels like it came to us slow, but it actually came at the right timing. And so it's like the same thing with you. You probably want real fast to get over whatever you're going through so that you can be obedient, but you just keep falling, or you keep losing, or, you keep getting distracted, and you don't understand like how to fix it on your own. And you're just relying on God to help you get through it. God sees you trying. Some people, they get it overnight and they're done with whatever and they're obedient. Some people don't have this strong discipline to do so, especially if you've been doing whatever you've been doing for years and you're just now trying to stop. The first step is you acknowledging whatever it is and then trying to stop. So God sees you. Okay. So like No Child Left Behind, all your efforts throughout the whole year or these years are whatever you've been trying to do, even if it's been for years you've been trying. Okay. God sees you. This is not an excuse to slack or not be obedient or anything like that, because that could end up being bad for you. And I'm going to explain why. Because if you do decide to breadcrumb God and you're not making efforts to try, and you keep making excuses, and it's getting close to that time where you can feel God's grace is about up here with you. If you're a parent and your child just keeps on pressing and pressing and pressing you, eventually you're going to, take your hand off the situation. So it's like not take your hand off the situation, because it's your child. You love your child. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of you may feel like God is going to just take his hand off the situation, but God is still seeing you trying, and he still sees you convicted. So he's still meeting you, like he still has his hand out there waiting, like, come on, you can do it. So it's like, come on, No Child Left Behind. George Bush came out with that because he didn't want to hurt the little one's feelings. But you are a child of God, and that's what I was saying. No child of God is being left behind. You're still coming with us, even though it's bare minimum effort. Just like when people go to heaven, there's people who have been good their whole entire lives, and then there's people who were good the last minute. Like on their deathbed, they came to God like, sorry for my sins. But it's like the end of their life, and they done sinned their whole entire life. Whereas there's people who's been holy their whole entire life. So they may look at the ones who's only been holy for 1 minute and got in as, man, they barely even tried, But there's rewards for people who tried every day of their life versus the ones who tried at the very, very last minute. So even though we all may be getting through the gate, there's still consequences for the one who barely made it through. All right. So you still made it through. You still got into heaven. You still got into the kingdom. But certain rewards, certain gifts, you may not get them at the